Hey you guys, hope you're having a good evening. I was having some computer issues. I think everything's okay now, so hopefully my setup with my phone here will be okay. I'm going live from my phone. So tonight I want to see if I have to move my phone, we'll be okay. If it falls, just, it's just part of it, you know what I mean? So tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of getting into a routine that is stress-free for you, because that's what it's all about, right? We don't want to create more stress for ourselves. Now, before we get started, I want to announce one thing. As you guys are listening to the class, I'm going to make this short and simple. I want to do a giveaway at the end. So if you stay on during the class, just comment whether it's a question or just something that you want to say that you want to add to the information that I'm giving, and I will be, choosing a winner at random for this 5 ml peppermint oil. So that'll be, I'll post that at the end of the class. So please comment, let me know you're here. So I want to start out by talking about the fact that planning is really key, right? And a lot of people don't like the word planning. A lot of people don't, say, well, hey KJ, say, I'm not a planner. I totally get it. I am a planner, so I do love to plan. But it's kind of just like anything else. If you start with these small, simple habits or simple things, they become habits, right? So maybe you don't normally plan, but maybe you could say, well, I'm gonna set aside 10 minutes this weekend to plan out my week for, say, what nights I have available to cook. What does our schedule look like? When are we gonna be able to eat at home? When are we gonna have to eat out? That kind of thing. So just kind of getting set, looking at your schedule. Also, I like to look at my schedule every night before I go to bed just to see, kind of prepare, what is going on for the day ahead so that I can not wake up and be all frazzled and crazy. Carrie, I'm totally with you. I love to plan, but it is a really hard concept for some people. So just taking those simple steps really, really helps. Okay, now as we go through, I want to give you guys tips like that aren't necessarily related to essential oils, but we are going to focus on some of the products, how you can incorporate those into a very simple routine, and some tips on how I remember the routine, like how I remember, to take my supplements and things like that. So tip number 1, when you first get up, I'm going to kind of go through morning, during the day, and then evening. So when you first get up in the morning, kind of getting your day going, I love to use 2 oils. 2 are my favorite. One that somebody's going to win tonight, which is peppermint. And the other one, I guess I didn't bring it in here, is wild orange. So wild orange and peppermint are both super duper uplifting. They are energizing. They kind of just help get the day going, off to a good start, so to speak. So I like to put that in the diffuser. 2 drops of each is really all you need. You guys that already use doTERRA know that these oils are extremely potent. They're all pure and they have very high therapeutic properties. So a little bit really goes a long way. So you don't need a ton. 2 drops of each in the diffuser. Get that going while you're making breakfast. Everyone's eating breakfast, and it just kind of sets the tone and the mood, for the day. Now, another thing that I like to do in the morning, as I'm making breakfast, I like to, some prep I'll do at night, which I'll talk about later, but getting things together, for lunches, I like to be thinking, what am I having for dinner that night? Remember, I've already kind of planned that out for the week. So I'm thinking, do I need to lay out some meat to defrost in the refrigerator? Am I having like a crock pot meal that I need to put something in the crock pot? So I've really thought about this the night before, but during that morning time when we're in the kitchen together, I've got my wild orange and peppermint diffusing, then I'm gonna be making breakfast and talking to everybody about their day, and also prepping some for dinner that night so that I'm not stressed out when I get home and I have to think, oh my gosh, what are we gonna eat tonight? I mean, that's a lot, especially on a mom, right? We have to make sure all that stuff's done for everybody. So really important if you can just think a little bit ahead. Okay, Now, I want to break this down into adults and kids, a routine for adults and kids. They're pretty similar, but when we get off, I'm going to post a graphic in the group, in the event, that you can actually download and print if you want to, and it's just a little checklist that you can actually print and keep, and until you get into the habit, this will kind of help you check off, did I do this, did I do this? Okay, so number one, for adults, we're going to start with the adult regimen or routine. The Lifelong Vitality Pack. Okay, guys, if you do not know about this, maybe haven't taken it before, haven't heard about it, this is what it looks like. This is a vitamin pack, and I'm just going to briefly tell you what's in this and why I think it's really foundational to health. When I first started using oils, I didn't start using, that was about 5.5 years ago, I didn't start using the supplements right away because, quite honestly, I didn't think supplementation was necessary at that time. I began to, read more, research more, look into this a little bit more, and realized our food sources, of course, are not what they were hundreds of years ago. The soil conditions, are not what they were back in the day. So we need to supplement. Our body needs certain vitamins, minerals, nutrients, healthy fats, that type thing, to really function at its highest level. For those of you who are jumping on, I made an announcement at the beginning that I'm going to give away a free peppermint oil for those of you who are commenting throughout the class, okay? And please, any questions that you have, please post those. So the first component to the Lifelong Vitality Pack is just this Microplex MVP. So this is, I want you to think of this as your multivitamin. Now, the difference and what really sets this apart is most multivitamins that you buy over the counter, they're out there on the market, have synthetics in them. And your body does not recognize synthetics. So what happens is, it's basically you don't absorb the nutrients and minerals and vitamins from that supplement. It's lost in the urine. So it's kind of like not even worth your money. Plus you're putting synthetics in your body. These are 100% bioavailable. That means your body recognizes every single component, knows how to use it, so you get the most benefit out of it. And here's another thing. You guys know how, if you've taken a multivitamin, other than this, if you've taken something else over the counter, which we all have at some point before, you probably didn't feel any different when you took it. The reason for that is that, again, those products aren't bioavailable. So when you take a product that is 100% bioavailable and gives you everything that you need, you have more energy. You not only just energy, it helps to maintain things like a healthy immune system, a healthy weight. So you will, my point here is, you will notice a difference when you take these. And if you're somebody who has chronic pain, these are super anti-inflammatory. So people will notice a difference and a decrease in inflammation in their body, so a decrease in pain. All right, next component is your XE Omega. So this is your healthy fats. Healthy fats are so crucial. I'm always educating my patients on this. Healthy fats are important for heart health, brain health, skin health, immune system, gut health, healthy joints, healthy eyes. I mean, honestly, there's nothing that healthy fats aren't good for, pretty much. And we as a society have been programmed to think that fats are bad. Some fats definitely are bad. But, oh, Janice, I'm sorry. Well, the recording will stay up. If anybody's having a connection problem, the recording will be up, so you can go back and watch it. So healthy fats are super key. And then the third and final component is this Alpha CRS. Okay, Alpha CRS is, I want you to think of this as what makes your cells healthy. It's the cellular complex. So it decreases inflammation and it keeps those cells nice and healthy. As we age, things that we put into our body cause harm to our cells, and damaged cells, not unhealthy cells, are where things like cancer start. So you want the healthiest cells possible. So those are the three things that come in this Lifelong Vitality Pack. So always start my morning with my first dose of the Lifelong Vitality Pack. the recommended dose is 4 of each of these 3 tablets a day. So I'll take 2 in the morning of each and then 2 in the afternoon or evening of each, okay? Now, my second thing that is just like so key to overall health, to immunity, is PB Assist. So this is a probiotic. Now, just a couple of things on why this is different than a lot of other, there are a lot of probiotics on the market, and you know, there are some good probiotics out there. Here's what you have to look for. You want to make sure, obviously, that you know, there's some varying strains and that you have a high number and all of that. But a couple of things that people don't realize is, first of all, you want to make sure it has prebiotic fiber in it, which this PB Assist does. And that's because the probiotics feed on the prebiotics. So it actually helps your probiotics work better, so to speak. The second thing is, a lot of probiotics, when they're ingested, they get into the stomach, right? The stomach is super acidic. So the acid from the stomach will just kill the good bacteria, you know, that are in the probiotic. So it really didn't do you any good. Thing you want to make sure of is that your probiotic has a delivery system that delivers the probiotics at just the right time. So this probiotic is what we call double encapsulated. So it's double coated, so to speak, so that when you ingest it, it goes through the stomach and then it breaks open in the small intestine where it's not going to be killed by the acid of the stomach. Okay, so high quality probiotics are key to, again, gut health, immunity. So I take my probiotic, you only take 1 of these a day. I take that in the morning with my Lifelong Vitality Pack. The other thing that I take as part of my supplements in the morning, and I don't have a bottle, I threw my bottle away. I mean, I keep mine in a container, so I throw the bottles away, is Terrazyme. This is a digestive enzyme. Now, digestive enzymes are amazing for things like regularity, any kind of gut issue. Just think any kind of gut issue, whether it's constipation, diarrhea, maybe it's bloating, gas, especially bloating. These enzymes help so much. I like to take mine with each meal, but at minimum, in case I forget during the day, at minimum in the morning and in the evening, I'm going to take a digestive enzyme. What it does is it helps your body to break down the food that you consume, absorb the nutrients from it, and also digest it easier. Okay, so I love to have that. Now, some people will say, well, gosh, how do you remember to take all of these supplements, right? Like I told you, I was not on board with taking all the supplements until I really realized how key they were to health. But at first, I would forget too. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to remember this? So, yes, I had to be like, you know, like a grandma. I mean, I'm just saying, and get like containers to put my pills in, which I was like, I cannot believe I'm doing this. But seriously, it's the best thing ever because then you don't forget. So these, it doesn't matter what kind you get. These are, this is for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, right? Yes. These, I just got off of Amazon. This is just a little container. There's 1 for each day. It's kind of neat because you can lay all the pills on top and then you just push them through. You know, if you're kind of dividing things out, that's why I liked it. But I carry this with me. I take them in the morning and then I take them in the afternoon or evening, you know, my second dose of Lifelong Vitality and Terrazyme. So that is part of making your routine easy and stress-free, setting yourself up for success. Get you a little container, put your supplements in it. That way you don't forget to take them and you just grab them each morning and you can carry them with you throughout the day if you need to, which again, I do that sometimes. Okay, other thing for adults, remember we're on the adult kind of routine for the morning, is Balance. So Balance is the grounding blend. This stuff smells amazing, first of all. It's again extremely grounding in terms of you know, grounding your emotions and just helping kind of set the mood and the tone for the day. So I love to put 1 or 2 drops of Balance on the bottom of my feet each morning. I do that first thing in the morning, and again, that just really helps to ground my emotional state and kind of get my day going in the right way. So that's just a very, very simple. Again, I'm going to post this in the group. So in case you don't remember what I've said, I'll post it in the group. So in the morning, that's my routine. And that's just a simple routine that you could adopt. Very easy. Now for kids, supplements are important for kids too. And doTERRA actually has a kids line, which is amazing. They have a multivitamin, a chewable. They also have the omegas. Remember those healthy fats, so important for brain health. Oh gosh, especially for kids. I think the brain health and the immunity for kids is really what is so important in terms of the healthy fat, you know, what it can provide to kids. So those two, and then also doTERRA makes a PB Assist Junior. It's in a little, I should have brought one in here. It's in a little, looks like a pixie stick kind of. That is what it tastes like. So that's what I always think of. It tastes really good. So that's a great way for your kids to take a probiotic every day, and it's kind of like a treat for them. I mean, mine will usually ask for more. Mine rotate between taking the adult probiotic and that because they're old enough to do that now. Once they're over 7 to 8, they can ingest oils and they can, you know, swallow some of the supplements and pills. So that's in case you have older kids. Mine are 12 now, so mine actually don't take the kids' chewables anymore. They take one of the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and that's just easy for them to take each morning when they wake up. Now, what about you're about to send your kids out for school, right? What are some oils that might be good to apply to them when they're headed out the door to help them have a good day, and also to support their immune system, because you know school's exposed to a lot of germs, right? So my number one, gosh, I cannot believe I did not bring that in here either. Sorry guys, is On Guard. On Guard is the protective blend. And On Guard actually comes, this isn't On Guard, but it will come in a pre-diluted roller bottle just for easy and convenient use. So I love to take this and just swipe it along their spine, like roll it along their spine in the mornings. And that's just, again, an added immune boost as they head out the door. Two other oils that I want to mention here that I love to use as well. The first one, and I use this on myself, I just love the way it smells, is Intune. Intune is the Focus Blend. Again, this comes in a pre-diluted roller bottle, so it makes it super easy and convenient. And a lot of times I'll just dot a little bit on their wrist and they'll roll it together, or sometimes I'll put it on their neck here. You can also roll it on the bottom of the feet. Really is helpful for focus and concentration. I need all the focus and concentration I can get to, but I love the smell of it too. So that's one of the reasons that I like to use it as well. It's not just for kids. For those of you who are hopping on, I am doing a giveaway at the end. If you want to comment sometime, whether it's just to say hello or ask a question or make a comment about something that I'm talking about, I'm going to give away a 5 ml peppermint essential oil. Okay, the other one that's great for kids in the morning is Cheer. Y'all, Cheer is called the Uplifting Blend. So maybe you have some kids that aren't so excited about school. I mean, I definitely sometimes have those, and are kind of just grumpy and not necessarily wanting to get going. Use Cheer. You can swipe a little bit behind their ears. It smells really, really good. Also, you could put it on the back of their neck, on their wrist, to just kind of help their mood get a little bit better, uplifted, as they head out the door, and to kind of set their day off in a good way. So those are the routines, the morning routines that I suggest for adults and kids. Christina said, can I dilute my On Guard to make? Yes, absolutely. Great question. So if you had a 15 ml bottle of On Guard and you wanted to make your own roller like this, you would want to use some fractionated coconut oil because it stays liquid at room temperature. And basically, for kids, I typically do about 20 drops of On Guard and then fill it with fractionated coconut oil. If I was making this for an adult, I would probably go more around 30. It does not have to be exact, okay? Just think, for a smaller child, you just want to dilute more. So you want to use less of your essential oil. And you can even, for adults, you could even go with a 1-to-1 ratio would be totally fine. So, absolutely. All right, now, one tip, before we kind of talk about an evening routine, one tip for throughout the day that is, to me, just really, really crucial is staying hydrated. And I promise, if you think, I want to improve my health, but I don't know where to start, the one place that I always tell people to start is just drink more water. If you drink sodas, cut out, let's say you drink 3 sodas a day. Replace one of your sodas with a glass of water. Like, that's totally doable, right? Don't be so overwhelmed and think, oh, I can never, right now I have to cut everything out. I can't drink any sodas. I mean, that would be great, but you've got to take it in small steps, right? So my favorite oil to use in my water, of course I love all the citrus ones, but lemon is probably my absolute favorite. Lemon is so light and fresh. It's very cleansing to the body. It's detoxing. It promotes a daily detox. I even put these oils in the kids' water before they go to school. Now, if you're new to essential oils, you need to make sure that when you're consuming them internally, and this is only for doTERRA essential oils, you don't want to go buy some essential oil over the counter, at the health food store or whatever, and ingest it. Okay, most of them will say not for internal use. That's because they have synthetics in them. If it is a pure therapeutic, high quality oil, you should be able to ingest it. Okay, so you need to make sure that you're drinking your oils out of either a stainless container like this or glass. Most of the time you'll use stainless because, gosh, I would probably break glass if I had a glass one. So I send these containers to school with the kids, and I usually just do 1 drop of lemon in their water. Now for me, this is a 25 ounce. I'll put about 3 drops of lemon in there. And I'll usually do that a couple of times throughout the day. I mean, I'll refill it because typically refilling it one time, I can still taste the lemon, and then maybe the 3rd time I'll add some more lemon essential oil. But that is key. If you stay hydrated, you will improve your immune system. You have to have really healthy cells, and cells love water, guys. So you have to have enough water. Our bodies are 80% water, so we really need to be hydrating and giving our body water so those cells can be really healthy. So your immune system will be better. You'll be able to maintain a healthier weight. And remember, you're going to be, cutting out those sodas. So, you slow process, wean off and cut back. And like Beth said, cutting sodas was the best for you. It makes you feel amazing. You realize what you were missing out on when you start to give your body those things that it really craves and needs. You start to have so much more energy. Okay, now let's move into evening routine. I want to start talking about the evening routine with the kids this time, because I know for most of us moms, we want to get the kids in bed and then maybe we can have a little time to ourselves, right? Or we should strive to do that because, Kia, I love it. Well, hopefully something, speaks to everyone in here. Hopefully one thing I say speaks to everyone. I love it. So for the kids, getting them settled at night, no matter what age your kids are, whether it's really littles or, again, mine are 12, I find that, as you know, routine is key. If they know what to expect, they're going to be, it's just going to be a happier environment for everyone, right? So if your kids still take a bath, I would recommend an Epsom salt bath. You can just do 1 cup of Epsom salt and add something like lavender to that. Add you some lavender essential oil to that, and it is so calming and relaxing, and it will just kind of, again, settle them down and help promote a really good restful night's sleep. Then the next thing you want to do, or preferably maybe while you're running their bath and getting them in the bath, go ahead and set up the diffuser in their room. Take your diffuser, add a couple of drops of either lavender or Serenity. Serenity is my go-to and my favorite. It does have lavender in it, but it also has other really calming oils like vetiver and cedarwood, and it's just smells amazing. It's got a little bit of vanilla too, so it really smells amazing. So get them their bath. If they don't take a bath, if they take a shower, another thing that I love to do is rub their feet a little bit with just some, either you could use coconut oil, or sometimes I use doTERRA's unscented lotion. Little squirt in the hand, 1 drop of lavender oil, rub together in your hands, and then just rub it on the bottom of their feet. And that just really relaxes them, and again helps them get ready for bed and promotes that healthy or good sleep. Okay, now the one last thing that I love to do for my kids to help really again boost that immune system. We want to not only boost their immune system as much as possible, but help them keep their cells healthy too, to prevent health issues and chronic conditions. So frankincense, you probably have heard it called the king of oils. That's because it can be used for pretty much anything, but it is so good for boosting the immune system. It has a lot of antioxidants in it as well, and it's highly anti-inflammatory. So I like to keep the frankincense just like this in a roller, roll it on the bottom of their feet when they get into bed. Just roll it right on the bottom of their feet, and that is just kind of that daily support that they need that really is going to promote so much health in them. And I know that's what we all desire for our kids, not only for ourselves, but for our kids, of course. So add that frankincense to your routine. Now, that's the kids' routine. Super simple: bath, diffuser, frankincense on the feet. For adults, the nighttime routine, what I like to do is take my second dose of my Lifelong Vitality Pack. Remember, your supplement pack. I take another dose of the Terrazyme, which is the digestive enzyme that again helps, break down my food, helps me absorb all the nutrients from the food. And then I like to take an Epsom salt bath too. This is something that I think a lot of women, especially, and mamas, don't take the time to take care of ourselves, right? I'm getting better at this. By no means am I perfect, but a lot of times we feel super guilty for taking time like that to ourselves. We're constantly doing for other people, and we feel like, well, I gotta go, start some laundry, and I gotta clean this, and I gotta do this, and I know, those things are necessary. But if we don't take care of ourselves, then we're not going to be able to do those other things effectively, and we can't pour from an empty cup, right? I know you've heard that expression time and time again, but it's so true. So after you get the kiddos to bed, make yourself an Epsom salt bath. How about that? Again, you can do a cup of Epsom salt. Sometimes I'll add baking soda to that, just to kind of have that alkaline environment in the water, and it's a little bit detoxing as well. So I do half a cup of baking soda if you want to add that. The oils that I love: Serenity, and guys, Deep Blue. So if you have some achy joints and muscles, and it's just been a long, tiring day, add you some Deep Blue and some Serenity, or you could just do lavender, to your bath. Relax in that for about 20 minutes, and you will sleep so amazingly well. And then you'll feel energized and fresh the next morning to kind of do it all over again, right? So I like to also diffuse Serenity in my bedroom. That's my go-to. That's what I diffuse every night. It works. It just works, and I love it. 2 or 3 drops of Serenity in the diffuser is what I prefer. And then for me, I also use the frankincense. Now, I'll use frankincense sometimes topically like this on the bottom of my feet, but a lot of times, and this is just kind of personal preference, I will use frankincense under my tongue. You would have to have the undiluted version of the frankincense in the 15 ml bottle. And sometimes people ask me like, how do you get that under your tongue? So without like putting too many. So basically I just get like right up in the mirror, and then I just put it just like this, and I tilt my head back, and I just kind of watch with one eye in the mirror and just see 2 drops come out under my tongue. It's a strong taste, I'm not gonna lie, but you get used to it. Just like anything, you get used to it. So good for the immune system, and again, that decreased inflammation in your body. And guys, most diseases and issues start with inflammation. So the least amount of inflammation you can have in your body, the better off you are. The less likelihood you are, or the less likely you are to experience, some health conditions and chronic health conditions. Okay, now just a couple more tips that I had for you. So at night, after, I typically do this before I do my bath, and after my bath and my diffuser and my frankincense, I'm in the bed. So right before that, I want to set myself up for success for the next day, right? So I already kind of mentioned, think about what you've got going on the next day. Think about things like, what are you going to fix for breakfast? What are you having for breakfast? What are you and the kids having for lunch? What are you having for dinner? I mean, those are the areas, the things that stress people out, okay? Those are the things like, you start your day, you get up, and it's just like madhouse frantic, right? Like, well, what is there to eat for breakfast? What are we gonna have for breakfast? Well, what are you gonna have for lunch? What are we gonna have for dinner? I mean, things like that. If you can just think a little bit ahead and do that little tiny bit of planning, it's just key. Let's see, Kia says, can you also add frankincense to your, absolutely. You can definitely add frankincense to your water. If you love the taste of it, definitely go for it. I have heard several people that do that. I don't really prefer to like sip on it. I'd rather just put it, under my tongue, but yeah, you absolutely can. So what I like to do at night is, if there is any part of lunch that I can get together ahead of time, what I mean by this is, like sandwiches, I make those in the morning, and it's just my personal preference because I don't like a soggy sandwich, so I don't send it with my kids, and that's just me. But whatever you can do the night before, maybe they're gonna have like some kind of like, chips, or like today they had a bowl of cut up fruit. I go ahead and get all of that ready in my fridge, so that then all I have to do is pull it out and put it, in their lunch boxes. The other thing that I do sometimes is, remember I mentioned that I send a water bottle like this with them? I go ahead, fill that up, leave it in the fridge, and this is literally, all I have to do is grab things, unless I'm making a sandwich, make that, but grab things and put it in their lunchbox in the morning, and that just, I know what my plan is, I have a game plan, I know what they're gonna have for breakfast, so I'm kind of getting all of that together. I know what I'm having for dinner, so if I need to do any of that in the morning, then I do that as well. And it just creates so much less chaos, and you don't feel stressed out. Now, I do want to mention another thing. If you've seen any of my videos on meal prep and planning, or not meal prep and planning, sorry, back to school, I talk a lot about using this On Guard hand sanitizer. This stuff is amazing. Now, you can certainly make your own. This is just super easy and convenient, to have. I put this inside their lunch boxes, one of these in each of the lunch boxes, so that when they open their lunch box, they just spray their hands. Just to really, again, cut down on the germs that they're exposed to. And I mean, how many kids don't wash their hands before they eat anyway? So I love, love, love to do that. So these are just really some simple tips, some simple products, supplements and oils that you can start to incorporate into your routine. Very simple routine. I'm going to post that in the group once I hop off. If this stuff seems overwhelming, if it seems totally foreign to you, like I'm not a planner, I don't know how to do this, just choose one thing. Like, just pick one thing and start there, because that's where everything starts. That's where the whole shift in your health, in your stress level, it all starts with one simple thing. You can't try to change everything at once, or you get too overwhelmed. So pick one thing. Maybe it's prepping those lunches the night before. Maybe if you did just a little bit of prep the night before, your morning would be so much better and you would be so much less stressed and you would get the kids off and it would be, just a happy day, right? So just pick one area that you want to improve on and then you'll add to. And then it just becomes habit. You start with one thing and then it becomes habit. Okay, so I am going to, once I hop off, everyone who's commented, I'll randomly pick a winner for the peppermint. One last thing that I did want to mention, and for those of you who are asking, yes, the video will be saved in the group, so you'll be able to go back and watch that. Next Tuesday, mark your calendars, next Tuesday, the 14th, right here on Facebook Live, I'll create another event. I am going to be doing a class on our 7-day shift detox. We're going to run the detox again. If you've done that before with us, you know that you have lifetime access. We run it twice a year in a private Facebook group. It's so awesome. If you're looking for a reset, like, this summer I've been traveling, I've been eating a little unhealthy, and I just need to get it together. I need to kind of just get started on the right path. Then a detox is what you need because it totally resets everything. You get rid of those sugar cravings and all of those things that you think you can't overcome. You totally can. Sugar is my weakness, so that's why I use that as an example. But we're going to run the detox. It's going to be the week of August 26th, so it'll be the last week of the month. And I'm going to talk about why detoxing is important, what you gain from doing a detox, and also we incorporate some of the supplements and oils into that. I'll be going through which ones of those we incorporate, why we do that, why it's important. So I'd love for you to join us, or me, and then us in the detox. But if you'll mark your calendars and you want to attend that class, it'll be at 8:30 next Tuesday, Facebook Live. I'll create the event and you guys can just click going. So thankful that you guys joined me tonight, and let me know if you have any other questions. Please just post in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. I'll post the stuff as promised as soon as I hop off. Y'all have a great night. Bye.